Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this video we are creating a KitKat inspired loaded cake. I intended for this video to be a no cake decorating specific tools needed, and then I completely forgot. So here I am with my super huge serrated knife and I'm cutting the cake on the counter instead of a turntable, so brownie points for that I guess. But you could just use a regular serrated knife or just like a regular knife in your kitchen to cut your cake layers. You'll be filling them again with a regular knife if you have it on hand, and a serving platter that's nice and flat, or just a plate will do the trick as well. Use that knife or palette knife to fill in your cake layers with frosting. You'll notice I've only used one cake here and I've cut it into 3 layers. Basically, I wanted to make sure that my cake was going to be much shorter than the KitKat. That way the KitKats could create a dam at the top and stop all of my little treats from spilling off the cake. Turn your cake stand as you use your knife or a palette knife to move the frosting around, and this will just make sure that it's nice and flat. Double check that your cake is the height that you want, and then create a crumb coat. I've used black frosting here, not for any other reason than I just had a whole bunch of it left over. However, the outside you do want to color as close as you can to a KitKat, so maybe you might use chocolate ganache, and that way if you see through the KitKat, it's kind of camouflage because the frosting is already brown anyway, and so it just won't look as funny. Here I've taken a ruler and I've gone around the sides to clear it up and also to bring that lip of frosting to the center. Pop your cake in the fridge for about 20 minutes and make a piping bag with some baking paper. I've taken a square, cut 2 triangles, and then taken each corner from the sides, and I've curled it up to meet the very top corner. When it's nice and tight, fold it over and you've got yourself a piping bag. Very, very easy. Clean up your cake board, otherwise when you add your lust dust later it's going to stick to the cake board. And I've taken a hot knife to cut my KitKats. I've warmed it up so that it cuts through the chocolate a lot easier and it creates a much sharper, much cleaner cut on your chocolate. I have my toppings at the ready, so that is Oreo cookies, salted caramel popcorn Maltesers, and a donut. I've taken the KitKat halves, added a little bit of frosting at the back, and then stuck them to my cake. Keep them nice and tight and make sure that the bottom is touching the cake board firmly, so you know it's going to be standing straight up and not going on lopsided. If you're enjoying these tutorials, feel free to subscribe. We do upload a new cake decorating video every week. And you don't have to use KitKats here, you could use wafer sticks as well. They look really, really nice. The very last KitKat didn't fit, so I just shifted some around and then added 1 stalk of KitKat to complete that pattern. In go my decorations. So again, I've got those donuts. I've cut 1 donut in half so it kind of looks like it's coming out of the cake. And then just randomly placing all of my toppings, being mindful that I don't want to cover the front of the donuts. I want those sprinkles to show through really well, and I just don't want them to suddenly lose their height. For the decoration on the side of the cake, I've taken some baking paper, made sure that it's flush with the base of the cake board, stuck it together, and then gently pulled it up so it would expose only half of my KitKats. This is going to create a mask for when we add on our edible luster dust. This is by Sweet Sticks AU, and I've just taken a large blush brush and I'm dusting directly onto the KitKats. Chocolate is amazing, it retains that luster dust really, really well, and it shines through brilliantly. Dust off any excess and then unwrap the baking paper. I unwrapped it off the cake rather than pulling it up, because if you were to pull it up, it risks smudging your gold dust. Add some double-sided tape to a ribbon and then wrap it around that line so it kind of hides where the gold dust ends and begins. And there is our finished cake. Very easy to do, super beginner level as well, and you can do it without any fancy cake decorating tools. The beauty about this is if you're not really happy or convinced with your crumb coat, it hides everything. Like I mean everything, including the top of the cake. So still looks pretty pro and you don't need any experience in cake decorating to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can see your awesome creation too. And we'll catch you in the next video.